you stay in. That's right, heading into Group B over in Copa America as Venezuela and Mexico, who both won their opening games, lock heads for, of course, to see who will go through to the knockout stages. That's, of course, coming at you, and we're going to take a look at it next. That's right, folks. Pat, giving another match preview. Looking forward to the next match over in Group B. It's Venezuela, it's Mexico, and it's, of course, coming at you very, very soon. We'll get to it in a minute. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Copa America is right here under one Ruski. Venezuela surprised us all with an opening day defeat, opening victory over Ecuador. Mexico, of course, doing business as usual, taking care of the opposition in their first game. We'll get into all of that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. And of course, if you're new, smash that subscribe, smash the like. Cost you absolutely nothing, and we're looking for 50 likes on these videos. It's all down to you. Can you do it? Let's get into this game then, shall we? Of course, looking forward to it. Win to go through. That's as simple as that. A draw, you kind of get yourself very close to the knockouts, but they could still all go flat on the last day. Let's take a look at Venezuela then. We've been in 19 times in the past, and then with their best effort at 4th place in the tournament. They're currently set to qualify for the quarterfinals, but they're not there just yet. Fernando Bastia is the manager with Yangel Herrera, the star man in my eyes. Group B, of course, the venue for these folks, 11-2 to win the group, 13-8 to qualify, 66-1 to win the whole thing. Now, of course, Venezuela's odds now have actually shrunk to 50-1 as they make a giant step closer towards the knockout stages. Of course, they are expected. My expectation was a group stage exit, and right now it's still on the cards, but of course, it's looking much favourable for them at the moment. They are currently ranked 54th according to the world of FIFA. That's right. This is their resume so far. They did open up that camp with that 2-1 win over Ecuador. Of course, fortunes were made a little bit more joyous for them with, of course, the dismissal of Valencia, the Ecuadorian captain, and that made Venezuela play the second half and a chunk of change up against 10 men. So they managed to use that advantage, and they got not only an equaliser, but of course a winner as well. They're taking on Mexico now with, of course, a win to basically secure top spot, I would imagine, in this group. You would think about that. And then, of course, then wrapping up the trio against Jamaica on the 30th of June. Basically, they've got 2 attempts to get their second victory, or maybe 2 attempts to a couple of draws, and they'll go through. Let's take a look at the key players then for Venezuela, with the likes of Romo at the back there, Angel Osorio, Rincon there, Machis, Soteldo, Savarano, of course, Solomon Rondon up top. Those are, of course, some of the key faces. But what about my starting 11? Well, we're going to go with the back 4 here. We've got Romo between the sticks. We've got Navarro, Angel, Osorio, Gonzalez, Rincon, Herrera, Martinez, Bello, Rondon, Soteldo make up my 4-4-2. What about you guys? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. But of course, we're now talking, of course, get the badge in there, get the badge in. Mexico, of course, coming at you right here, right now, with an opening day win. They are, of course, been here 11 times in the past, and they came close, very close to being the first non-South American nation to win it. They, of course, have been runners-up back in 93 and 2001. Jamie Lozano is the manager with Santiago Gimenez, the star man. They, of course, are in Group B, where, of course, they had odds 11-10 to win the group, 9-2 on to qualify, and 11-1 to win the whole thing. Mexico have actually drifted to 12-1, down to 5th favourites at the moment. But my expectation is at least a quarter-final berth for Mexico, and they're on track for that at the moment. They are 14th in the world, according to FIFA. And, of course, this is their resume so far. A 1-0 win over Jamaica, clean sheet to boot, looking A-OK, sitting in second spot here. Beat Venezuela today. They'll go through at least in the top 2 spots. But, of course, they would like to secure top billings to avoid any heavyweights in the quarter-final stages, of course. And they'll complete the trio against Ecuador on Sunday, June the 30th. But at that point, they may already be qualified. So we'll see. These are the key personnel for Mexico with the likes of... we got Ortega at the back there. We got Edison Alvarez, El Capitano. We got the likes of Luis Chavez, Alexis Vega, and, of course, Santiago Jimenez, we already talked about. Man, of course. Here is, of course, my starting 11 with Julio Gonzalez between the sticks. Ortega left back, Chavez, Vasquez, and Isabel Reyes at right back. Luis Romeo with Edison Alvarez, Eric Sanchez, Julian Quinones, Santiago Jimenez, and Uriel Atuna completing the set there. That's, of course, my 11. What about yours, of course? Let's take a look at the match itself then, coming at you. At the SoFi Stadium on the 26th of June. That's right, Venezuela with Batista in the dugouts. Of course, Mexico with Lozano in the dugouts. They have played each other 8 times since 2007. Just 1 win for Venezuela, 4 for Mexico, 3 draws as well. Venezuela, 42% form for them at the moment, just 1 win in the last 6. That was their most recent game. Up against the Mexico side, 50% form for them, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. They've played each other 8 times, with Mexico winning 4, and including the most recent one back in June 2019. It was a friendly. It was a 3-1 win for Mexico. In fact, you got to go all the way back to 2011 for Venezuela's last victory. Again, also in a friendly, but this time over in Mexico. Quick look at the bookies vote here. The bookies are going with 13-5 is your Venezuela, 23-20 is your Mexico, 9-4 is the draw. The public vote, though, backing Mexico as well. They're going with 73% of the vote backing the CONCACAF nation. Venezuela, 22% of the vote, and the draw is a measly 5%. What about me on this one then? Well, it is a good position for both of these nations to be in this one. Mexico would fancy their chances, of course, with the public vote and, of course, the bookies backing Mexico for this one. But for me, I just think Venezuela never expected to be in such a position as this, and they're going to raise their game defensively on this one to not lose this. A draw here to set them up nicely for a game against the Reggae Boys in the final matches, where at the moment they're looking more likely to get a result out of that game than this game. So I think it's going to be a very strong defensive performance from Venezuela, and ultimately cost Mexico all 3 points. I'm going to go with a draw here, boys. Sitting on the fence with a 1-1 draw. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this game, and of course the rest over in Copa America. Smash the like, 50 likes if you can. We'll be back, of course, for match number 3 for the Group B, with both these nations set to be going into the wire in this one. Until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Until then, guys, we are donezo.